Hey everyone! Less than 3 weeks away from version 3.7, and honestly, this might be one of the most controversial patches Hoyo's ever released. We've got Cyrene finally arriving, some pretty controversial skin announcements that left everyone confused, and a banner schedule that's absolutely packed with meta characters. If you're saving your Jades and wondering who to pull for, in today's video, we'll talk about everything you need to know about version 3.7. Save up to 25% on Aniric shards at lootbar.gg. To celebrate version 3.6, you can grab the 6,480 Aniric shard pack, normally $100 in-game, for just $72 on Lootbar. That's 81 pulls, almost guaranteeing you a 5-star for your account while saving you $28. The process is super simple. Just enter your UID, select your server, and receive your crystals in under a minute. No password needed. Lootbar uses official recharge channels, has hundreds of 5-star reviews, and partnerships with several big content creators that you probably know, so everything is completely safe. Lootbar also supports PlayStation 5 and Xbox top-ups. Click the link in the description to get your discount. New users get an extra 10% discount while returning users get 5%. So first off, 3.7 drops on November 5th. That's a Tuesday for most regions. You already know the drill. 5 hours of maintenance, 600 Stellar Jade compensation, and then we dive into what's basically the finale of the Amphorius story. The patch runs until mid-December, giving you about 6 weeks to enjoy all the events and banners. Now, speaking of banners, this patch is absolutely insane. Before we get into it, I'd like to mention that this time we don't have confirmation from fully reliable sources like HomeDG Cat. Everything I'm bringing here is from alternative sources, so it could all end up being speculation. However, there's strong evidence these characters will return based on Hoyo's previous patterns. Anyway, without further delay, the first phase is bringing 4 limited 5-stars at the same time. And it makes sense because they all have synergy in some way. I think everyone knows Cyrene is the new character for this update. She's the main highlight and will be in the first phase as the face of the patch. Then we've got reruns of Hyacine, Castorice, and Phainon all together in the first phase. And if you think about it, it makes sense. They all have synergy with Cyrene, making them perfect reruns. And coincidentally or not, all these reruns are considered the strongest characters from Amphorius. Yeah. If you're planning to get more than one character in this phase, I wish you the best of luck because you'll need it. Personally, I'm planning to pull for Cyrene, and whatever's left over, I want to try for Phainon Eidolons. Let me know in the comments your plans for this phase. Are you pulling or skipping completely? But if you're seriously thinking about pulling for Cyrene, you need to understand why everyone's going crazy over her. Her kit is genuinely different from anything we've seen before. Everything about her revolves around this remembrance point system and personalized buffs for each Chrysos Heir in the game, like individually tailored for each one. And get this, if you're not using Amphorius characters, which I think is a bit crazy at this point of the game's power creep, she gives a 40% damage buff. It's not much, and it probably won't be stronger than any other character you've pulled. There's been controversy about her kit in community discussions, and if you want more details, I recently made a video breaking down everything, so check that out if you're interested. Now moving to the second phase of the patch, things calm down a bit with only My Day and Cypher returning. They're strong characters, but they don't have as many fans as the first phase characters. Okay, now we need to talk about the skin situation because this is where it gets messy. Version 3.7 is bringing 2 premium 5-star skins, and both cost real money. One belongs to Cyrene, who's already launching with a skin you buy with Aniric shards, probably around 1,350 to 1,680, based on what Firefly's skin cost. Well, this was predictable at some point. It already leaked that Cyrene would get a skin a few months ago, and she'll probably be Honkai's darling for a while since she's inspired by Elysia, who's also a fan favorite. But the one that really upset people was the Remembrance Trailblazer skin. And look at this. It's not even a full outfit. It's an accessory. The first actual cosmetic for the main character in over 2 years, and they're charging for it. We don't know the price yet, but the news that the game's main character is getting a paid skin is totally chaotic. The community is really divided on this. You've got players pointing to Zenless Zone Zero, where the protagonist got several free skins, and they're asking why Star Rail can't do the same for the Trailblazer. There are some comments about maybe a free 4-star skin coming through an event. but those leaks aren't very reliable, so I wouldn't bet on it. There's also this new permanent game mode coming called Currency Wars, and it's completely different from anything Star Rail has done before. Instead of 4 characters, you're building teams with 8 to 10, 4 in front doing combat, 6 in the back providing support. It's got deck builder mechanics, team bonuses for factions like Astral Express and Stellaron Hunters, and this fusion thing where you combine 3 characters of the same rarity to make stronger units. The combat's flipped too, no normal attacks, no regular skill point recovery, and you get path bonuses like destruction units gaining healing, or hunt units gaining CRIT rate. Basically, Hoyo's testing if players want something way more strategic than the usual Memory of Chaos setup. It's got weekly rewards, its own shop, completely different gameplay. Some people are excited, others think it's too far from what they're used to. We'll see when people get their hands on it. So here's what you need to know about version 3.7. If you care about building remembrance teams in any way, or have lots of Amphorius characters, Cyrene is basically a must-pull. She makes Chrysos Heir teams way stronger and can free up a support for your other team in endgame content. Yeah, the timing of the reruns is pretty rough with 4 5-stars in the first phase, but this is also your chance if you're missing several Amphorius characters. The skins are totally your call. If cosmetics matter to you, factor in the extra cost. If not, skip them and put everything into pulls. You've got less than 3 weeks to farm, plan your pulls, and decide what's most important for your account. The official live stream should happen around October 24th with all the final details and those redemption codes, so keep an eye out for that. If you're pulling for Cyrene or thinking about these skins, let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next videos.